One of the incredible things about Rotary is knowing that there are people across the world who you can connect with. For me, that's just given me a sense of power and belonging. So I know that I belong anywhere, and I know that I've got Rotary friends everywhere. Knowing that you've got a global reach of people who are like-minded, that's the wow factor.
Rotary is one of the most powerful international organisations that a young person can be involved in. It's one of the world's largest humanitarian organisations, has a membership of around 1.2 million members. It's located in over 200 countries and geographical regions. Pretty much any country you can think of, there'll be a Rotary Club there doing work in the local community, as well as connecting to each other across the globe, working together to make the world itself much better.
As Rotarians, being able to do things like start projects that have global impact. And I always talk to people about end polio now, because we wouldn't be where we are today in terms of polio in this world without Rotarians starting a project. For me, that's the power in everything that we do.
You have this incredible organisation, this incredible network at your disposal where you can learn from, engage with, run things through the organisation. Rotary has 7 focus areas where it focuses its energy and its time. Those key areas are disease, prevention and treatment, peace and conflict resolution, water and sanitation, maternal and child health, basic education and literacy, and economic and community development. And then this year, a new key area was added, which is the environment.
Rotary has changed my life because it's enabled me to help more communities and more people. Rotary is relevant in our own backyards, and it's relevant right across the world. I think the way that we're working now as Rotarians and Rotary clubs is really changing, not just because we're in the middle of a pandemic, but because we're really thinking more about how we bring people into Rotary and let people know that Rotary is for them. It's a great way, first of all, to meet people, but also to do good work in your community. It doesn't matter who you are, if you have got a heart and mind for giving and helping communities and working with people, yes, Rotary is for you. That's what Rotary is, so yes, it's for everybody.
Hi, I'm Emily Stevenson, co-founder of Beach Guardian down in the southwest of England. I'm currently on Trevone Beach in North Cornwall, and I've just done a beach clean and found all of this plastic that's washed in on the tide onto the beach. In 2019, I was delighted to be recognised by the Rotary Young Citizen Award. I love working with Rotary to help support and protect our environment, and every time I do work with Rotary, they're always so encouraging, helping me to grow and achieve my full potential. As an example, with collaborations we've done in the past, we've joined 3 of our local Rotary clubs on a litter pick for World Cleanup Day 2019, where we cleaned the riverbed in Truro, thus stopping all of the plastic from entering the ocean in the first place. It was absolutely phenomenal, and Rotary certainly delivered. We removed kilos and kilos of plastic from the environment. Beach Guardian aims to engage, educate and empower against plastic pollution. An example of this is when I wore my dress made out of Walker's crisp packets to my graduation in 2018. This, along with other campaigns at the time, led to Walker's introducing the very first nationwide crisp packet recycling scheme. The future is incredibly exciting for Beach Guardian, and I cannot wait for all of the future collaborations with Rotary and supporting them in their new area of supporting the environment.
I'm in Aberystwyth, and we've had a successful beach clean this morning. Plastic is becoming the scourge of the nation, and in Rotary we're pushing to have all clubs interested in the cleanup of plastics wherever they can, whether it be beach, river, canal, waterway, whatever, so that people can see what we're doing, people of action.
I saw that there was a clean going on today, and I thought I'd come along, and I didn't know it was anything to do with the Rotary Club, but I'm always looking for opportunity to help clean up the environment in any way I can.
Today has been about getting Rotarians from all up and down the coast to come and help here, so it's been wonderful to see so many members here. The success I've seen so far is being told off by parents who say, we can't even get on the beach now without the kids doing a litter pick first, what's going on?
I'm Stephen Prosser, the manager of Rotary Food Bank, and we just want to thank everyone at Rotary for Food Banks for their incredible support and generosity over this period of COVID, which has made a huge difference and enabled our shelves to be fully stocked, which is not normally the case at this time of year. These are my two daughters. I've got Caitlin on my right and Lucy on my left.
I help pack the bags for all the people here so everyone gets the food they need. I work with the data, the online side of things.
During this COVID pandemic, we quickly were being told by food banks that they were being overwhelmed by new users. In one part of our area, the call on food banks quadrupled. It became apparent that we needed to go up a gear as Rotary, so we set up Rotary for Food Banks. That's supporting food banks across South Yorkshire and the East Midlands. We were fortunate to be supported by an international transport company. The owner managing director is a Rotarian. He offered us some storage space and the use of his distribution network.
We are very happy to be helping them out with this. Free of charge for the Rotary Club.
Every penny we can get goes straight into buying food.
We really appreciate Rotary for Food Banks because with COVID it's been a challenging time, but as job losses come, as we have the furlough situation kicking in later in the year, whilst this might look really full, this can go down very, very quickly, and without you guys we would not be in a position to be actually able to help people during these emergency months of economic hardship that are coming forward.
We know the job losses are quite significant. This is going to go on for many months, and it could be years. So Rotary for Food Banks, we're now gearing up for a long-term process. Rotary has to be in this for the long haul. We are across Great Britain and Ireland, and across Great Britain and Ireland there are people in poverty and need. Let's think big.
Over the last 12 months we've fed 5,000 people and processed 42 tonnes of food, and it's only through donations such as yours that is possible for us. So thank you again.
I thought that Rotary was for older businessmen. I didn't even realise that girls were invited, when actually it's really exciting to find out that Rotary is for everybody, that it is for, you know, the social entrepreneur on the high street, for the people that are just starting up, you know, like I am.
Well, Rotary's goals have always been the same, working in the community, and these social enterprises are all about working in the community, so we should be working together in the community. It's very simple.
Rotary has changed my life by networking me in with other knowledgeable business professionals and taking on board my crazy and welcoming it as an entrepreneur.
This club is great for us because we now have a small person to consider who's welcome at meetings, and the club is seen to be flexible, that we can come along to whatever we need to. It just offers so many opportunities for helping in all kinds of different ways, and ways which I really want Matthew to benefit from.
We think it's important that children come along, and particularly as a parent, for them to learn that they should be giving back to their community to help make a difference.
I wanted to become a Rotarian because I wanted to promote that young people in Rotary can do more. Young people can be heavily involved, they can be enthusiastic, and they can be trusted in succeeding and pushing the Rotary further. And I want to help as many young people as well as adults in the community and help develop the community for it to be a better place.
Is it good fun?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And what do you learn?
Helping other people and making them join the club.
Good work. Future membership and marketing chairman right here.
There are some 8 million species on the planet, and about 1 million of them are endangered of going extinct within the next 30 years, primarily due to the illicit wildlife trade industry as well as the loss of habitat. The Sumatran or the Bornean orangutan and the pygmy elephants are critically endangered, and when they're gone, they're gone. My name is Tom Tochterman, and I am the chair of Rotary Action Group for Endangered Species. The African elephant, there is one elephant essentially dying every 15 minutes, primarily due to poaching and poisoning. The Amur leopard is critically endangered. The African black rhino is in a similar situation. The African white rhino is in a little bit better condition. I got involved with RAGES as a Rotarian, being concerned about this issue. I formed a non-profit organization called Rhino Mercy.
Hello, we are the Black Mambas Anti-Poaching Unit. It's Oscar 1 patrolling the Mica side fence.
We have established the first all-female anti-poaching unit called the Black Mamba Anti-Poaching Unit in South Africa, and they're on patrol as we speak in the Greater Kruger National Park.
So this is the evidence of the poachers.
Being involved in a Rotary Action Group is a great thing. If you're passionate about a specific issue, you can join one of the existing action groups, or you can create your own. There's just no limit to the things that you can do.
The reason why I started an action group was because I discovered that there was slavery in the United Kingdom, slavery in the United States, and millions of slaves in India. Ashraf was the very first survivor that I met, and I was shocked by his treatment. There's 40.3 million people estimated to be in slavery worldwide. 25% of that number are children. And even in Great Britain, you've got something like 136,000 people living in modern slavery. So something had to be done. And I thought the best thing to do was to form an action group of Rotarians. My definition of a slave is someone who is forced to work, who's unpaid, unable to leave, and who's controlled by violence or the threat of violence. For these people, their free will is taken away. Their labour, their lives and their minds are consumed by someone else's greed. We need to raise awareness of the issue of modern slavery and human trafficking in order to increase the number of people who care.
I'm Lou McCants-Price. I'm president of Putney Rotary Club in London, coming to you from my voice acting studio in southwest London. My Rotary journey started when I was a young teenager. I went to New Mexico, USA as a Rotary exchange student from Cape Town for a year's Rotary exchange. That was a life-changing experience. I learned resilience. I learned how to walk into a room and make new friends and engage with people. So was Rotary for me? Is Rotary for me? Absolutely, it's been a part of my life from a teenager.
Even though I didn't feel Rotary was for me, I've always been somebody who was a Rotarian, I just didn't know it. Now, I'm a single woman, black, working class, and I just did not think that that was who Rotary was for at all. I didn't realise that it was for everybody in the community. Wherever you go, you've got friends, whether it's in your own city, whether it's in your own country, whether it's across the world. I found the welcome as being really incredible.
Rotary is one of the most powerful international organisations that a young person can be involved in. You're making friends, you're meeting like-minded people, you're meeting incredibly diverse people. The biggest thing that Rotary has been able to provide me is not just opportunities and experiences to go and do things myself, but to have this wealth of knowledge and experience on everything.
Many years ago, I wouldn't have thought, as this kid coming from a very remote community in southeastern Nigeria, that being the district governor of Rotary in London would have been something for a person like me. But here we are. Leadership in Rotary does not really depend on where you come from or the color of your skin or the job you do, but the passion you have to serve.
Rotarians are called to be people of action. We're working on a project in Beirut, raising funds for a hospital that was damaged in their explosion in August. Being involved in Rotary and doing good in the world and taking on projects that uplift and inspire and make a difference is so fulfilling. It's an incredible organisation to be a part of. No matter where you're from, there's a place for you in the Rotary family.
We went over to Kibera in Kenya, just outside of Nairobi, which is one of the largest slums in Africa. We saw that the meals that we had packed were actually there. We actually checked by serial number that the meals from Warrington were the meals that we were actually handling. We were very privileged to be able to feed a whole school with the rice that we had packed with our friends in Warrington. It made a huge difference to their lives. They got an education by going to school and they got food.
It makes me healthy and strong.
It made a huge impact in Warrington because we had the whole Warrington community involved. We had 29 Rotary clubs from the northwest of England all packing food with us along with other local community groups. We had faith groups, church groups, youth groups, Boy Scouts and students all packing.
We had about 100 volunteers at any one time, children from age 6 right up to 92, and everyone got involved.
And we packed 102,000 meals to go to school children in Kibera in Kenya.
To be able to do something, to see that you're making a difference, actually, It's just fabulous.
I would like to thank the Feed the Hungry, the Rotary Group and the Rise of the Hunger.
It's been a great impact of Rotary. It really shows Rotary as people who get things done, people of action.
Shelterbox is Rotary's emergency disaster relief partner, and together for the last 20 years we've been delivering aid all over the world to natural disasters and conflicts. We've grown from the Rotary Club of Helston Lizard in Cornwall to the international humanitarian organisation we are today. It helps us in terms of having like-minded members of communities where we are working to help us in our response. Our Bangladesh response last year couldn't have happened without Rotarians. In Tanzania, Rotary clubs helped us access populations affected by flooding, and the same was the case in Malawi. Rotarians have a lot of the shared sense of values that Shelterbox responders and staff have, which is about doing more than just your day job. It's about volunteering, it's about compassion for others, it's about working in unfamiliar environments to deliver aid. So for us, this partnership is absolutely vital to reaching the most vulnerable around the world.
I got involved with the Rotary Club when I was 15. I entered the Young Chef competition with my school, and that's kind of one of the things that got me cooking, gave me the confidence to keep going and got me onto Bake Off in the long run, so it's been really important in my life.
I absolutely love Rotary. They're having a massive amount to do with this challenge. Their logo is on my boat. They're just so willing and so passionate to help people and help them achieve what they want to achieve that I want to be involved with those sorts of people.
People who think, well, what can I do? Rotary gives them, all those people, a chance to do something, and I think they're tremendous.
I do actually remember when the news came through that India was polio free, and it felt like such an amazing milestone just because I'd been there and I'd done some work out there with Rotary. Imagine if that extended to the whole world being polio free. That would just be such an amazing achievement.
It's hard to put into words what Rotary have done for this campaign. It's absolutely astounding. I don't think enough people know just how much money Rotary has put in, billions, since they began the Rotary campaign 30 years ago, and just how much work the Rotary members have put into raise awareness and to help vaccinate children all over the world. I think they're owed a massive thank you for what they've done, and I'll be there as an ambassador with Rotary all the way until the end.
Wherever I go in doing my work, the Rotarians have been there before me. It is a very humbling thing to discover just exactly what putting service before yourself adds up to when you see it in practice on the field. When polio is finally eradicated, and you know it will be soon, you stand surely in the first chapter of that book. I admire the Rotary Club's interventions so much. They're well thought out and enacted, and so I thought nowhere better than right on the field to send you my very best and really offer thanks and gratitude to what you're all doing. From Bono in Accra, thanks again.
From what I understand, the Bentley Cheshire Rotary Club is the first corporate Rotary club in the UK, and we're very proud to be that. I'm Sally Hepton, and I'm a member of Bentley Cheshire Rotary, and I'm also responsible for corporate social responsibility at Bentley Motors in Crewe. We were really looking to find a way to get our colleagues to engage in the community and to volunteer, and this has really taken off.
My name is Amarjeet Singh Sabharwal. I come from India. I work at Bentley in the internal audit department. I thought the best way for me to give back to society is to help the people who are less fortunate. And what I've learned from Rotary is that every random act of kindness is going to change the world. I'm doing my part by trying to help, trying to coordinate with my Bentley colleagues and help the less fortunate people. That's the idea of Rotary for me.
My name's Carmel Cunliffe. I'm Assistant Head Teacher at Readings Business and Enterprise School in Oswell Twizel, and I'm also a corporate member of the Rotary Church and Oswell Twizel Rotary Club. For us as a school, it's a fantastic association because we have lots of opportunities for our young people that allow those students to gain experience in working with other people in the community and helping with lots of good causes.
My name's Becky Bird, and I am part of the Frome Town Rotary. We're a relatively new club, so I'll be our third president.
all of our members are working. When we founded the group, that was the acceptance that we will give as much as we possibly can as working members. We've got a broad spectrum of ages, professions, abilities, skills. It's an instant group of friends, which is really good.
I'm busy with my business, which is very limited time to involve in Rotary. Each club member is just new thing of the Rotary, which is very flexible. I can do a meeting regular, but it's also online.
Rotary was never really on my radar at all, and the more I looked into it, the more I thought it was relevant, particularly in the new guise of our club, with its flexibility, which allows me as a working person to still commit, but also not feel as though I'm missing out when I'm working away. So my message would be to anybody, well, if you have the opportunity to join Rotary, then try it and see what happens.
What's your name?
Sarah.
Sarah. I'm Arinma. I run my own charity, which is known as Charisma.
Hello. I'm alright. You're not in school? You're lucky you have 6 weeks.
What we do best is provide positive alternatives for our young people, other than the gun and gang crime.
My name is Dr. Arinma Bell. I describe myself as a community peace activist. I'm actually a Rotary Peace Fellow and an honorary Rotary member to the Manchester Breakfast Club. I went along to a Rotary breakfast meeting, and that's when I was asked, would I like to go on a bit of training to do with peace and conflict resolution? I thought, oh yeah, that sounds interesting. They said, oh, it's in Bangkok. I went to the program leader and I said, oh, I don't think I should be here. And she said, why? I said, well, everybody else is dealing with proper conflicts, you know. And she said, well, where you come from? I said, well, I'm from England, my side. And that's when she said, I'm sure you wrote that you have young people running around with guns. That's a conflict. Going on that 3-month course really helped, and when I came back I was determined I'm going to put these to use, and I thank Rotary for that. But one of the things we do is we go into schools a lot. We talk to children as young as 6 and 7 years old, because we feel the earlier you talk to them, the earlier you can plant that seed of positivity in them. I think Rotary is very important in building peace around the world because they are global. And I think giving individuals, like myself, that opportunity to go to another country to learn what other people have done in order to bring about peace, I think it's valuable and at no cost to the individual as well. Rotary has a sparkle, and when it touches you, it's kind of like, oh, I didn't know I can go ahead and do that. Oh, I'll go and do that, or I'll go and get involved in that, or we'll go and do this. To me, that's the magic of Rotary. It's got these tentacles that actually spread and go everywhere. Everybody that is touched by Rotary, their lives are changed somewhat, and it's always for the better. It's like with myself, I wouldn't have gone to Thailand if not for Rotary. That's how it's changed my life, so I know that I can now do anything.